This is a mythical, blizzard-proof cabin, because it's built on a towering, snow-capped mountain. Tossing and turning, can't sleep. Why not watch this famous survival show right now? Guaranteed to sleep like a log after watching it. No more guessing left or right foot today. I always guess wrong anyway. If you see this video, leave a comment. Or leave your battery percentage on the right. To see who else is staying up late, like me. In the vast Siberian forest, Jason is strenuously carrying logs, because he's about to build on this mountaintop. A secluded cabin in the forest. Luckily, he owns the entire forest, so he doesn't have to worry about going to jail. Now he needs 100 logs, and then he has to debark them. After processing the wood, Jason pulls out his broom and starts carving grooves into the logs to support the logs above, because the log cabin has to be built on a mountain. Wood processing is quite inconvenient, so Jason decided, assemble the wooden house here first, for convenience. And the scenery here is breathtakingly beautiful. Working in such a place is truly exhilarating. Once the wooden house's foundation was done, Jason measured carefully, marking the wood, absolutely perfect. Just cut along the marks, and the tenons and mortises will fit perfectly. At this point, just flip and connect, and the wood will fit like a glove. A few days later, Jason kept copy-pasting continuously. The project was too massive, so Jason called his crew. With a team, progress, sword. Whether processing wood or chiseling mortises, everything was meticulous to the last detail. The new wooden house is as solid as a rock. The following month, Jason finished processing the wood, free to stack the walls with ease. It sounds complicated, but with precise wood, then building on the mountain is a piece of cake. Looking at the tightly fitted walls, you know Jason worked incredibly hard. The last log is in place. The preparation is complete. To celebrate this moment, his best friend even put on a live show. The three brothers sat by the campfire, singing lullabies about their dream home. The next morning, it rained cats and dogs. But what about Jason? He didn't care. He vigorously climbed to the top of the mountain. He planned to use a pulley system. He tied the rope tightly to a tree. A quick test, and it was okay. He immediately tied a heavy log. The brothers together strained to pull it. The first log pulling session to the mountaintop. Look at this structure. This young man is really tough. Luckily, he has kind friends, making the log transportation much less arduous. With such challenging terrain, they spent a whole week just to pull up a few logs. But looking at the scenery before him, Jason believed he wasn't foolish at all. He also had a group of wild friends around, guaranteed never to be lonely. To keep the house foundation from blowing away, Jason tirelessly carried rocks again, piling them into a sturdy base. He carefully placed wood on top, checked the level, okay. Continued the bricklaying work. Oh, I forgot, Jason also has a dog. So, in his free time, he would ride his off-road steed, wandering wildly, and take the dog for a walk too. Time flew by. Jason's house wasn't finished yet. He still had to keep building the wooden house. The wood was already cut. Now it was just a matter of stacking it, like toys. To keep warm and block drafts, he had to stuff moss into the wood cracks. Only then could he block the cold wind. His friends had all left. Jason was all alone, struggling to haul logs, utterly exhausted. Half a month later, Jason also finished hauling the logs. On the mountain, strong winds and storms raged. Fearing the log house would collapse, Jason drilled holes and hammered in homemade wooden stakes to make the walls incredibly sturdy. Before long, it was late autumn. The forest was shrouded in mist. The Siberian winter lasts 8 months, with temperatures consistently at -30 degrees Celsius, preparing for boiling cold. Jason had to speed up building the house. For every lunch, he had to eat high-calorie meat to have enough energy to work hard. Walls completed. Jason installed the main pillars. Then, with his best friend's help, the roof beams were put in place. Before his best friend could leave, Jason dragged him back to install the rafters. The log house was taking shape. Jason bought more planks, preparing to roof. The planks are ready to be installed quickly. Add a layer of waterproof tiles. No worries about rain or wind. Just like that, winter arrived. Jason is still gathering materials to build the house. It's bitterly cold, but he doesn't give up. The house quietly sits on the mountain, waiting for Jason to take care of it, fearing the wood would get wet from melting snow. Jason brought the planks indoors. He found the house's foundation was still empty, so he decided to utilize it, turning it into a storage room. It'll be perfect for storing firewood later. First, build the doorframe, then build 10 brick blocks around it. Late at night, in the quiet, Jason fried crispy spring rolls with 2 coon eggs, eating and watching. A new orbit is revolving. The next morning, the forest was bathed in sunlight. Hutian Dung Kung, Sie, Rizai Tenki, Gga Zangquan, Kiem Kuya, Than Va. Jason Tian, Nem Jian Ram. Kum Hai Quatring Kun, Vn Va Ng Em. Ku, Heo, Mg Hang, Zoe Vom. Sang, Hamsao, Ring NGP Eng. Jason toiled away, building the stone wall again, building it completely sealed. Then he carried wood again. The diligent cycle. Thick snow fell. The mountain path was as slippery as if greased. Every step Jason took was like ice skating. The house was in the middle of nowhere, with only a tiny entrance. Truly, an ideal place to hide from debt. As soon as the early sun appeared, Jason quickly went up to roof the house. Each wooden plank was perfectly aligned. The result, absolutely gorgeous. Since the house was still too airy, the brothers quickly brought the windows. Transportation, entirely by muscle power. Jason meticulously cut and shaped the window frames again, carefully smoothing the bottom surface. To install the windows as easy as pie. The walls were completely sealed, just as the snowstorm stealthily came to visit. Windows were installed all around the house, making the house radiantly bright and providing ultimate protection against snowstorms. Who wouldn't want to move in right away? My teeth are falling out from jealousy. The snowstorm grew fiercer and fiercer. Outdoor work was truly impossible. So, listening to their advisors, they switched to laying the floor indoors. First, screw it tightly. The dog wasn't helpful at all, except for being a decoration. To stay warm, insulation must be stuffed into the wooden panels. The main door, the whole house relies on it. It has to be. Jason came down from the mountain, immediately ordered a custom-made door. Before installation, one side of the door had to be scorched to prevent rot and moisture and make it more beautiful. The next day, Jason carried a saw and cut through the wall. A gentle push, and they were inside the house. The wooden door fit perfectly, with huge hinges installed. It looks incredibly cool. Exterior finished. The guys laid the floor inside the house. The wood was cut precisely to the millimeter, fitting tightly with no gaps. When tired, go to the window to enjoy the Instagrammable view. The weather is getting colder. Peru also has to go inside. To thank the guys, Jason brought out real meat sausages and stir-fried vegetables. Daily Win appeared in the forest and brought in blankets and bedding. Darwin, Ding, and the doll effect. Signs that show everything is progressing asterisk. Well, asterisk. To install the chimney, Jason removed the ceiling and the insulation layer too. Asterisk. What a shame. Then he climbed onto the roof, cleared the snow, and sawed a huge hole. After attaching the chimney cap, he installed the chimney to prevent fire and insulate. Stuffed more cotton into the cap. Asterisk. Just in case. Asterisk. There's a waterproof rubber ring on the outside. The stove is lit and smoke is rising. Asterisk. We're out. With the warmth from the stove, Jason won't be afraid of the cold this winter. Asterisk, bring on the cold. And in the wilderness, installing door bolts is extremely important. Then, Jason cleaned the floor. Tonight, he can sleep in the cabin. Asterisk, wonderful. For a peaceful night, Jason went to chop wood again. Asterisk, where does he get the energy? As long as there's a steady supply of wood, it's fine. Ensuring warmth from start to finish. Asterisk, don't go out halfway. Looking at this scene, it feels warm, even through the screen. So envious. Outside, snow falls heavily, while Jason sleeps soundly in the cabin. The next morning, he bent his back again to build a porch. Then he installed custom-made windows. With the snow falling, transporting items became torture. Jason installed hooks so his friends wouldn't have to throw things around. Sleeping on the floor all night, Jason's back was screaming for help. So Jason immediately made a wooden single bed. It's solid, feel free to party on it. Finally, he pulled out a comfy sleeping bag. Tonight, I'll probably sleep like a log again. In the blink of an eye, a new day will come. Outside, with a level 5 wind, Jason froze inside the house. So he tidied up the house. A clean house is refreshing, and clean dishes make meals enjoyable. Outside, it's freezing. But inside the cabin, it's full of sunshine. He could stay here all winter. What's a little rain and wind? Today, Jason headed out first. When he returned, he brought a pile of ropes. Seeing the wind blowing under the house, he stuffed ropes to seal it. Not only did it stop the wind, but it also looked artistic. Now, the cabin is fully equipped. Truly, a secret base. While idly gazing out the window, he suddenly remembered. There's still a storage space underneath. If he doesn't install a door, it will become a resort for wild animals. At this point, the cabin is complete. Jason loves the big windows the most, offering incredible 360-degree views. In the evening, watch the sunset. At night, gaze at the stars. It's beyond words. A cabin like this, who wouldn't drool over it?